Raheem Sterling becomes more unpopular than Judas Iscariot. Richard Scudamor tells us to sit down and shut up. Cristiano Ronaldo meets the love of his life. And Nigel Pearson gets sacked because his son is bad at sex. Welcome to 3 Minutes Added On. We're the can of links and lighter to the wasp's nest that is modern football. Rio Ferdinand described Sterling's £50 million valuation as a joke. This was the man which Leeds and Man United paid the modern day equivalent of £116 million for, according to the transfer price index. Adjusted for inflation, there isn't a player whom English clubs have spent more on in Premier League history. On Rio Ferdinand, you'd have to inhale a zeppelin full of hippocrat to justify such a colossal amount of money on a man whose defensive style was modelled on that of a startled horse. However, springing to Sterling's defence was Rio Ferdinand's best pal John Terry, who claimed Sterling was just another young talented footballer who wants to get his hands on as much silverware as possible. Who can blame him? Richard Scudamor, the Premier League chief executive, has ruled out any chance safe standing will be introduced under his reign. What does football have against standing up? And why does it have to be called safe standing? As in standing is intrinsically unsafe? Even more bizarre is when standing up is linked to hooliganism. Well yeah, you can't really fight sat down, can you? It's like banning dancing at Glastonbury because it rains, or banning footballers who fail to turn up for routine drug tests. Nigel Pearson's reign at Leicester City is finally at an end, much to the disappointment of everyone who enjoys David Lynch levels of weirdness from a Premier League manager. Even during his infamous ostrich rant, it sounded like his lines were being fed to him via earpiece from a Tibetan monk who had learnt English from a cassette. Funnily enough, it seemed that the weirder Pearson's behaviour became, the better Leicester played. But alas, his son had an orgy in Thailand, and that was the straw that broke the camel's back. The straw being his son's penis, the camel being Pearson. I suspect a camel flexible enough to get his head in the sand. UEFA have sulkily begun the slow dismantling of financial fair play, the most inappropriate named thing since, well, safe standing. Michel Platini is under great pressure from Europe's elite to stop the nouveau riche from ruining football with their fancy players, exciting football and unparalleled level of investment into their local communities. Barcelona have announced the signing of Arda Turan this week. Wait, Barcelona? The club that's banned from signing anybody? Well, at least it wasn't a child this time. Allegedly. Cristiano Ronaldo has swiftly put his Champions League hat behind him when he got to spend the afternoon with a latex replica of himself. Don't worry, it's dishwasher safe. Ronaldo clearly models himself on the Greek legend Narcissus, whom, if you know your mythology, fell in love with his own reflection and drowned. But there's little chance of Ronaldo drowning if he's balls deep in rubber models of himself. And finally, after unveiling plans for their fancy new North London pad, Spurs have had bad news from Haringey Council. They've been denied by pest control to have Emmanuel Adebayor forcibly removed, and no, a can of links and a lighter won't do the trick. That's all for this week. Please subscribe.